Hello everyone, it's Giseli here. Welcome back to my channel. I want to take you guys with me on this amazing journey to Japan, one of my favorite countries, so I will be sharing some highlights of my trip with all of you. Arriving in Japan can be a little overwhelming at first until you actually find the correct train, and this time I had to take the bullet train going to Kyoto. So once I arrived at my hotel, then I felt much better. Until I came across the Japanese toilet. Then I felt overwhelmed again. I figured that should be similar to the other toilets, so I put the top down, but then it started warming up around the seat, the toilet seat, and then I look around and okay, so there is a lot of functions here. Either you wash in the front, you wash in the back, you wash whatever you want, but I was concerned about, okay, where do I flush? So then I look around, kept looking around, and then I saw this first button here. So I guess I pressed it, and then ta-da! That's where you flush the Japanese toilet. Mission accomplished. Now I know how to flush the toilet in Japan. My first tourist attraction in Japan was at the Kinkakuji Temple, or the Golden Temple. This place is beautiful, and neither pictures or videos do this place justice. Japan is well known by their temples and shrines, and while you visit some of the temples, you will notice that they have a lot of Japanese traditions. You will also notice that people around the incense burners in the temples tend to cover their heads with smoke. This is based on the belief that by healing your head, you will become smarter. Of course, I had to give that a try. Japan is also known for their Zen Gardens. This place specifically is the Rock Garden, which is considered a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I'm telling you, it's so peaceful. The garden gravel is raked daily by the monks at the temple, and the larger rocks are never touched. I also visited Nijo Castle, that is another UNESCO World Heritage Site with a beautiful Zen garden, and then I headed to Nishiki Market. At this market, they had a lot of stores, including the Snoopy store. Well, it was adorable, and they had a huge Snoopy that I almost want to take home with me. I also saw the Hello Kitty store, and they had tons of street food, just in case you're feeling brave. Pontocho is a lively neighborhood in Kyoto. As you walk through the main alley, there are a lot of restaurants, cafes, bars, and shops. So usually a lot of people come here at night for dinner because they have a lot of culinary options. So if you're visiting Kyoto, this is a must-see. Some of the restaurants only had the Japanese menu, they didn't have the English menu, so I kept walk a little longer until I see something that I would know what to order. There are a few restaurants along the alley that they offer either the English menu or they have a display in front of the store like this one here, which you can choose. At least you have an idea what to choose from. And I chose the Japanese ramen. Another must-see in Kyoto is the temple Kiyomizu-dera, also known as a pure water temple. This is one of the most popular temples in all Japan and also recognized by UNESCO as the World Heritage Site since 1994. This is absolutely must see if you are in Kyoto. As you enter the temples, there are cleansing stations near the entrance for washing hands to purify oneself before enter to the sacred grounds. As you enter the temple, this is a place to show some respect. You may also offer a prayer to Kannon, the goddess of mercy. Use this opportunity to reflect on yourself with gratitude for the tranquility of your daily life. Also, as you stand in front of the image of Kannon, make a slight bow, make an offering of money, and put your hands together calmly. Respect the Japanese tradition is very important while visiting each temple. As I was walking in the main hall, I saw these two ladies inside of this booth. They had this box which I was supposed to shake and a number would come out. So then she would give me a paper with my luck. If it was a good luck, I would take that back home. But if it was bad luck, I was supposed to attach that to a string outside of the temple and leave the bad luck here. They both told me I got a very good luck. As I don't speak Japanese, I trust them. Outside of the temple, there were a lot of stores and souvenir stores, so I couldn't resist some matcha ice cream, and I was just walking around and exploring the surroundings. Now I'm gonna list a few places here that I highly recommend you visit if you are in Kyoto. I finally made it to Arashiyama Monkey Park. We just got here on the monkey park. Let's go up. Okay, and here we are at the monkey park. Let's see if we can find some of them. Oh, that's so cute. Beautiful view from here. Beautiful view. Let me zoom in a little bit. So guys, as you saw, as you enter through the orange torii gates all the way down, you have a long hike to get to the top, but it's so worth it. This park will give you a lovely opportunity to see these monkeys and their habitat from up close, and you even have a chance to feed them. So the view from up here, it's beautiful. So don't miss this chance and come here to visit if you are in Arashiyama area. Baby.
Camera's in the book bag. Mira and I are gonna watch this.
Look at the one right there.
Sounds really bad.
He's waiting. So we're gonna feed the monkeys. Like this, is he right?
No.
No. You shut up. I did it again. Start with At this time, they were requesting for everybody to come outside. The staff members were bringing some food and they were about to feed all the monkeys at the same time. So they will play a little music, I guess, and they were telling people do not get too close to the monkeys where they're eating, not even taking pictures really close. So let's see what's gonna happen.
Don't leave the food that you bought inside. Please leave it inside or put in your pocket or bag. Don't show them any food outside. Please enjoy the feeding show. Thank you.
That's a lot of monkeys. Another must-see in Arashiyama is the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove or the Sagano Bamboo Forest. This place is absolutely amazing, so it's a must-see while you're visiting Kyoto. We're here at the Bamboo Forest, Arashiyama, Kyoto. Bye. Another must-see in Kyoto is the Fushimi Inara Shrine, one of the most important shrines in Japan, located in southern Kyoto. This shrine is the headquarters of over 40,000 Inara shrines across Japan, so you really don't want to miss this location. This place can get a little crowded, so I highly recommend you get here early in the morning. Also, wear a comfortable shoes and hike up the mountain if you wish to. That's what many tourists come here for, and visit some of the other shrines along the way as well. Again, this place is so pretty and you don't want to miss when you come to visit Kyoto. While you're visiting Japan, I highly recommend you to visit the Himeji Castle. The castle was named one of the first UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Japan and also the National Treasure of Japan. It is located about 1 hour by train from Kyoto, so make sure you add this to your bucket list. After visiting the castle, I headed to Osaka. Osaka is best known for its amazing casual food and outgoing locals. It's a very lively place, a lot of young crowds, and it's also best known for the nightlife. As you can see, Osaka is one of the main cities in Japan after Tokyo, so there is always a lot of people anytime the day that you come here. But many locals will tell you that Osaka is one of the most laid-back cities in the country, and the people here are known for their warm hospitality, which means that you will have a chance to learn all about Japanese culture here. As you're walking around Osaka, besides seeing a lot of people, you will see a lot of stores, a lot of restaurants, and a lot of street food. So if you are a big of a foodie, then you will also be in luck in Osaka, which is said to have one of the best food scenes in all Japan. Talking about food, I'm getting hungry. So let's look for food, and look what I found here. As I mentioned before, I love how the restaurants here in Japan display their food, so just in case you don't know what to order, you can see through the displays and have an idea what you order. Besides, some of the restaurants have an English menu available. And I'm happy I got my food. This place is so lively and the food is really good, so make sure you add Osaka to your top destinations while you're visiting Japan. Make sure you stay tuned for Japan Part 2, which is coming up next. See you in my next video.